Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. More Newcastle news. Finally, the director of football drama is over. We've got our man in. It's done, sealed. He's left Brighton today. I'm excited to see this one come in. I had to research this guy quite a bit, but he seems to be the one. But anyway, guys, as always, you're new to the channel. Make sure to get down there, subscribe, smash it, enjoy. I appreciate your support as always. Busy week ahead for Newcastle this week, so plenty of vlogs on the channel. Of course, everything at home tomorrow. I can't wait for that game. Huge match of football. If we allow Everton to win that game, it's going to completely take them out of the relegation battle. So it's important for us to keep them down there. And it's about to get ourselves out of that bottom three. We're still in the bottom three. But anyway, guys, without further ado, let's get into the news. Quickly, on Wednesday, after the Everton game, we'll be down in Blackpool as Newcastle youth team will be playing at Bloomfield Road. I'm looking forward to that game. I can't wait for it. So yeah, that is quite relevant because Michael, the striker that plays for the under-18s, has actually been in around Eddie Howe's first team on Saturday. So Eddie Howe really likes him and he's actually getting some first team training, which is interesting for someone his age. Some fans are claiming to get game time this week. I think that's insane, especially for someone his age. He has to slowly build up first. But as I said, obviously a huge match for him Wednesday, so they'll be keeping him for that game. It's interesting though, especially for this match as well. I can't wait for that. Colchester game was generally a 10 out of 10 game at St James's Park, so fingers crossed it's not a class game. But yeah, heads up guys, I'll be down there for Wednesday. The biggest news of all though, nothing to do with the team on the pitch. This is the most important part of anything. Newcastle are now looking to become a living wage employer, which is huge. Pretty much what this means is that everyone that works for the club actually gets paid a wage to live on. Which, it should happen anyway for a Premier League club. In fact, I actually think it's disgusting that this hasn't been done on the previous ownerships. But again, we all know the story with that one. Since a man in the stadium, everyone's caring, no. All they've been thinking about is everyone that works for the club. All they've been thinking about is the fans. It's everyone around the club. They haven't been thinking about themselves, which is incredible to see. I didn't think in a million years I'd see someone like this, but I've got a lot of mates to work for the club, and yeah, they deserve, obviously, to get a wage at least to live on. And stuff like the women's team, for example, I imagine they'll not be getting paid much. So again, to see likes of them get wage increases, especially with how well they're playing on the football pitch as well. It's great for everyone. Everyone's going to benefit from this. The football club, it's actually, I mean, paying the employers what they should be getting paid really is the best way of putting it. But yeah, better late than never. Again, it's not the new owner's fault. We all know who's behind that one. Good, as a step in the right direction. And listen, at the end of the day, regardless of what happens in Newcastle this season, that's the most important part. Get the people that work for this club the wages they deserve. Let's talk about the technical directors now. So, a lot of news came out last night to begin with. A lot of Newcastle fans believed at first it would have been Mark Overmars that came in due to him essentially being sacked by Ajax. In the end, it was a mutual consent, but pretty much the context of it came out afterwards, saying that Mark Overmars has been sending inappropriate text messages to female staff members. So, I mean, what's the point? What was honestly the point? You're working at Ajax, bear in mind you're a club legend there. Ajax are probably the best youth team in world football, definitely one of the best. They've got such a good academy, such a good infrastructure. Why would you just do that? It doesn't make any sense. It's a shame as well, because he's a really good director. If you can keep on his pants and not message all the girls harassing him, then I actually think you'd be a good director. But it's going to be very hard for him to find a job now after that. It's definitely a killer for him. And anyway, the news this morning came out from Brighton themselves saying that Dan Ashworth has left the club to join another Premier League club. I wonder who that may be. As the next technical director, and more the mainstream media has came out and said he's set to join Newcastle. That's the main one for me. Again, it's been sort of linked now and again for weeks now. Ever since the transfer window started, it's always been popping up every now and again. But obviously, you didn't really pay any attention to it because you've got all these signs coming in. So, despite that news coming out, I never really paid much attention to it. But now that the window's over, this is the final piece of the puzzle, I would say. And then everyone in the backroom staff is exactly what we wanted. And again, it's someone else with England experience. It's like Graham Jones, someone that's worked for England. It's good for the club. It's actual ambition. It's someone that has good experience, a good resume. And it's someone that's going to fit quite well at the club. And Brighton, the last 5 years or so, I've been really impressed how Brighton have been as a football club. I think they were a League One team 10 seasons ago or something. So the fact now they're a consistent Premier League team with actual international stars. And yeah, it's really impressive. It's down to technical directors that can pick out good football players and get the best out of them. So I 100% would take this guy. Hope he does a good job in Newcastle. And again, as I said, I think that's all the staff members Newcastle kind of wanted in now. So, now that all the pieces are in place, it's time for us to play the game. We've got to stay up this season, and in the summer we can focus on getting these big names in. Good appointment, though. I'm looking forward to seeing get along all the staff members in Newcastle. And yeah, this club is back, you could say. injury updates for the Everton match tomorrow. There's actually quite a few players out, so bear that in mind. Paul Dummett is one of those players, and it's caused a lot of frustration from the fan base. A lot of people are claiming, well, if Paul Dummett's injured, why are we not bringing Jamal Lewis into the 25-man squad? Now, yes, it is frustrating to see him injured again, but he's not going to be out for that long, is he? We would have put Jamal Lewis into the 25-man squad with a long-term injury, so I expect Dummett to be back in a couple of weeks or so. Again, though, I mean, he's only played 1 or 2 matches. The fact was Leeds' first game back, and he's injured again. It's crazy. The guy's muscles are just made of glass, which is sad to see because he is a good football player. I'm a big fan of Dummett, but if he's going to constantly get injured, and what's the point of having him? It's sad to see. Wilson again, he's another player that's going to be out for the majority of the season. Eddie Howe came out and said he hoped to be back for the last few games of the season. I mean, this is a guy that's still set to be out for months yet. So, again, it's a nightmare. People are claiming, you know, sell Wilson at the end of the season. I disagree with that. Even though he's injured all the time, he's still going to be a good second or third choice striker. You obviously just buy more strikers in and just keep them at the club. Like, why would you sell him? I don't agree with that part. Again, no, we can't rely on him. No, this is a guy that's going to constantly get injured. He's done it throughout his career, and it looks like he's not going to change anytime soon. So we do definitely need more strikers. And Wilson himself said we needed another striker, and so yeah, he's not wrong there. Our players out for the match tomorrow. Matt Ritchie, I mean, okay. And finally, Joe Linton's going to return, which is a big one. Joe Linton will be huge in this match. Hopefully, he starts Joe Linton and Bruno together, because he came out today and said that he will try and work Bruno into the team. I mean, come on, work Bruno into the team. This guy played for Brazil 5 days ago. Bruno is the team, and he is that midfield. You've got to get him in straight away, especially a match against Everton. You think for a second, Frank Lampard be seen trying to get likes of Van de Beek, Dele Alli into the team. No, he'd be dumping them into the start 11, just dumping them in there, because he knows they're going to do a job. That's the exact same thing we had to do with Bruno. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see how that team lines up tomorrow. It's going to be an interesting team again. 3 players making their debut, to hope, and it's going to be great to see. I think Villa on Sunday is a much harder game, so it has to be Everton we get a win against tomorrow. Villa, I mean, it's going to be very tough. I'm not going to rule this out, but I think against Gerrard, Coutinho, I think it's going to be a very hard time for Newcastle. So Everton get that win tomorrow, and we'll see how things go for the Villa match on Sunday. But tomorrow is the main focus for now. We've got to get that result in. For anyone that saw the PSG game last night, you would have known that Hatton Ben Arthur got an assist to Sven Botman. That one just hits me there. That one hurts a lot. I'd love to see both of them at Newcastle. Unfortunately, though, Ben Arthur's time at the club is obviously not going to happen anymore, whereas Botman has a good chance coming in the summer. It's just sad, though. Those 2 players I would love to see play for this club, and yeah, they're scoring against PSG. Didn't go too well for him, and Botman, to be fair, got absolutely skinned by Messi yesterday, so he didn't have a good game at all. Still, though, he's definitely better than what we have, and I'll be 100% licking my lips for him to come in the summer, so fingers crossed that one happens. But for now, though, it's more of a fantasy story than anything else. Good to see Ben Arthur back in it, though. Finally, let's talk about Bruno's first interview as a Newcastle United player. Really enjoyed his interview, by the way. I definitely recommend you checking it out once it comes available. But some of the quotes that came out, though, first one here. The ambition with the football club is just insane to see. Expecting Newcastle to be a giant in world football. And this is something I've heard from a lot of staff members and just players when they come out on social media now. Just this ambition they've got. You know what's behind the scenes. They've got to be telling them some serious stuff, some seriously exciting stuff. So we keep an eye on all this. Of course, we've got to stay up first. That's the main part before anything else. But the ambition this club and its staff members are showing now is just insane. So very exciting, I can say. Very exciting. I'm definitely glad if I came along for the journey. And then our one here, though, saying that you play any position on the pitch, he'd even go and goal if he wants to. That's the confidence I like to see in football players. He seems to be quite cocky, like Callum Wilson, which I love to see in football players. Almost arrogance, you could say. I just love players that know how good they are and just want to show on a football pitch, because that confidence, it's just going to improve them on the pitch, because when they know they're that good, they just go on the pitch and just do the job like it's nothing. So it's going to be a huge job on the dressing room. Again, he's going to be good mate to Joe Linton, a bit cliche, but the fact that Joe Linton's got a friend now, you could say, it's going to be huge for him as well, how his confidence out a midfield partner. And that could be the duo to watch in upcoming seasons. I think those two together could get some serious chemistry going. So we'll see how things go there. But anyway, guys, we're going to finish things off there. A bit of a longer video today, but again, getting news out. It wasn't awful lot about news in the weekend, so I just did my vlogs for that. However, like I said later on in the week, Everton tomorrow, Blackpool Wednesday. I'm not sure I'll upload on Thursday because I spent pretty much the full day getting back from Blackpool. So I'm not sure on our next upload, but again, we've got plenty of videos planned, to stick around for it. I appreciate your support as always, guys. Thank you for obviously all the donations on my Core 5 page. And yeah, I think that's about it, really. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you all tomorrow for the match. However, mate, let's get that result in.